everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. So today I'm going to be testing out a few Flormar products. Now, one of my subscribers recently reached out to me and she said that she's getting her hands on a few Flormar products and she doesn't feel like she's going to use them anytime soon, and she would really like me to do a review on the foundation because she hasn't seen anybody else that has our shade reference, and she and I are pretty much the same shade of foundation, which is insane. So she was so kind to lend me some of her Flormar products so I could do this video for you guys and give you guys my first impressions and all that good stuff. And of course, if it's anything that I love, I'm gonna go ahead and purchase these products. So she was honestly and truly so generous. So big shout out to Slay Squad member Kirusha. Thank you so much for allowing us to use your products and review this for all the Slay Squad members. So in this little pouch we have lots of Flormar goodies. Firstly, we have the infamous, you guys, this thing is so huge. We have the infamous bronzer. Then we have the Double Radiance Highlighter Primer. We have the Illuminating Primer. Did I show you guys this up close? So shiny. Then we have the Matte Velvet Mattifying Foundation. So bomb. And then we have the most popular, I feel like this is the most popular foundation from Flormar. This is the Perfect Coverage Foundation in SPF 15. Lastly, we also have a little lipstick in here, which obviously this has to go in direct contact with my lips. So I'm actually not going to put it on my lips. We're trying to keep the sanitary levels here. These are not my products. I'm borrowing them. So we're gonna try not spread germs. Even though I'm clean, guys, I'm clean. This is the shade Cinnamon Tea. This is the Flormar Deluxe Cashmere Lipstick, and this is the shade Cinnamon Tea. It's kind of like a shimmery color, but I feel like it would look so beautiful as like an everyday sort of lip. Okay, now I have tried out this matte velvet foundation, and I do have to say that I really like how matte this foundation is. It's also, it just looks very smooth on the skin, and it is in the shade Coffee. So if you guys are my foundation shade or my foundation reference and you want to try out this foundation, I would highly recommend the shade Coffee because it works really well with my skin tone. So we're going to be trying out 4 products today from Flormar. We're going to be testing out the primers, the foundation, and the bronzer. We're also going to be doing a wear test, kind of like a mini, well, a full-on review of this foundation, and we're going to see how it works. So let's get into this. Okay, so the Double Radiance Primer definitely needs to be shaken. Shake. Alrighty, so I'm going to start off with the Illuminating Primer Makeup Base from Flormar. I'm actually on the Flormar website right now, and this primer is 299 Rand. I'm on the direct Flormar SA website. I'll leave it down below in the description bar in case you guys want to check it out. I do believe they also have sales on their websites, so you can pick up these products if your heart desires. So I'm gonna go in, just sort of squeeze out that bit of primer. I'm not sure how much of primer I need. So Kirusha did tell me that it has that Wet n Wild foundation smell, and initially it does, but as I'm rubbing it, it more smells fresh. Like, it smells more fresh. I don't know, where's my English going today? It smells fresh, and it has like a almost like a fruity floral scent. So I feel like that Wet n Wild sort of paint smell that everybody hates, it doesn't stay for long. I feel like it's just probably a concentrated smell. Honestly, I don't mind the smell. Like, I don't mind any smells, to be honest. I know you guys like hate the smell of Wet n Wild, but like, I don't mind it because it doesn't stay on your face for like the whole day. You can't smell it the whole day. yeah, this definitely smells really, really nice. So I like the smell. Next, we're gonna go in with the Flormar Double Radiance Primer Highlighter, and this is SPF 10. Wow, this is bomb. Oh, these are like well secure packaging, I have to say. Okay, the Double Radiance Primer and Highlighter is $329, so that's 329 Rand. This is very liquidy and it looks very pigmented as well. So I'm only going to squirt just this little amount on the back of my hand. And I'm kind of going to do some highlighting on the high planes of my cheeks. Oh, a little goes a long way, you guys. But this is so beautiful. Like, I'd love to just, like, going out somewhere and like you don't want to wear foundation, I could totally like wear this. It blends into the skin so well. This also doesn't have too much of a strong smell. Like, I have to physically go in and smell it to get a scent. But it's not like I can smell it from like my hand being like down here. I'm just gonna highlight the center of my face. Oh, I have a fuzzy. I would like ideally put this primer all over my face, but I kind of want to see how the foundation looks over top of. Oh, it looks so good. Like, you can wear this like by itself outside. I'd probably just like not put it on the center of my face without any makeup. I just probably keep it here and here. It looks so good. I love it. Okay, so next we're gonna go in with the foundation. This is what it looks like in the bottle. The glass packaging is pretty decent, and this is in the shade 115, if I'm not mistaken. 115. Yes, there's so much of writing down here, but I'm pretty sure 115 is the number of this foundation. It is 115 Toffee, and just gonna pump some on the back of my hand. Make sure the back of my hand is clean. I can't speak today. Like, I haven't filmed in probably feels like 2 weeks, so it's a struggle. I'm just gonna squeeze some on the back of my hand. Oh, it kind of just like spits out the product. Oh no, okay, it just needed to start up. Okay, I'm gonna do 4 pumps because these are quite small pumps. Okay, so as always, I just squirted 4 pumps on the back of my hand, and as always, I'm going to do one half of my face with a sponge, the other side of my face with a brush. I'm thinking I'll do this side with the brush and this side with the sponge, but I have like a dry patch here. I don't know why, you guys. It's probably winter. I think I'm gonna do this side with the sponge because like I have a dry patch here, and this side with a brush. I'm just gonna pick up some foundation, dot it. I'm going to take one of my Switch Beauty Metal Gloss range brushes. I think she's discontinued this range. Just gonna blend the foundation in. The foundation has a little bit of a smell, but again, it's nothing that like annoys me or anything of that sort. It's a pretty decent color. I will say that my natural skin tone is just a little bit more yellow than this actual foundation. I am going to try and see if I can find a foundation or a color that is just a little bit more on the yellowy side. This is a little bit more on the pinky side, but I'm going to see if I can get away with it, because I think I can get away with it. Okay, I'm going to take one more dot. Blend it out. The coverage though is pretty decent. I really like the coverage of this foundation. Okay, so next we're gonna go on to the sponge side. Just gonna dot this, And taking my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponge, just blending this out. Okay, so I will say it blends out pretty much the same as the brush side, so I don't really think it makes a difference. I'm gonna go ahead and just build up the coverage around my mouth. I'm gonna say that this foundation is more on the medium to full coverage side. So I'm gonna have to say, if I wasn't as picky with foundation color as I am, I wouldn't have an issue wearing this foundation, but I honestly feel like it's a little bit too pink for my liking, and you guys can see my undertone is pretty yellow, so we might have a change of plans. We might decide to go in with this matte velvet foundation. I'm just gonna squeeze this right next to the Perfect Coverage foundation, because I think it might be a little bit more yellow. Okay, so this is the Perfect Coverage foundation, and this is the Matte Velvet, which is definitely more on the yellow side. Okay, so change of plans. We are now going to be reviewing this matte velvet foundation. I'm gonna go off of camera, just remove this foundation, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. I just went in with the Illuminating Makeup Base, and now let's go in with the Matte Velvet Mattifying Foundation. This is oil-free. It says skin firmness and moisturizing, and it's a semi-fluid formula with an impressive playtime, hides imperfections, evens out skin tone, and mattifies with non-oily, perfected powdered finish. Shine controlling, wash resistant, and complete coverage. Texture confers a high moisturizing profile, and a significant firmness effect on the skin, provides a pleasant feeling with a light natural velvet and satin finish. Shake well before use. Okay, so I'm not going to go in with the Natural Radiance primer again. We're just going to see how this foundation works with a primer. Also, let's have a look how much this foundation actually is. Also, if you guys are currently using the Perfect Coverage foundation and you have a perfect match to your skin tone and you just happen to meet my shade, comment down below and let me know what shade you have so I can try that shade out. Okay, so I'm not sure why I'm not able to find this foundation on the website, but there is a mattifying makeup primer which is 239 Rand, so I assume it's like more or less in the same range. Okay, so I'm just gonna squeeze some on my... Oh my god. Can this not get on my jacket though? I'm just squeezing some on my face. And I'm just gonna go in with the foundation brush and blend everything in. This is really, really insane coverage. Do you guys see that? It smells almost identical to the other foundation. I'm gonna say I'm already happy with this foundation because it is quite yellowy and all that good stuff. Okay, so this foundation blends out so well. Usually because I have pigmentation on my forehead, I have to go in with more foundation to go and cover it up, but this is covering up my pigmentation pretty well and it looks really good on the skin. I'm happy with the color. So I'm gonna go ahead off of camera and I am going to put on some concealer and setting powder, and I'll be right back to test out this baby right here. Okay, so I still have a little bit of bake going on under my eyes. Y'all know if I don't but I don't bake, everything creases. So next I'm gonna go in with this bronzing powder from Flormar. This is the bronzing powder for face and body in the shade Sun Power. And I'm gonna be taking a nice clean fluffy brush. This has like shimmer in it. Don't know if it will pick up on camera. Hopefully it will. Ooh, this looks like a really nice rich bronzer. Oh, I love this color. Oh, it looks so bomb. This is almost like one of those bronzers where it's like a blush bronzer in one. And like, it just works. I don't know if there's actually more shades in this bronzer. How much is this bronzer actually? Okay, so this bronzer is 269 Rand and it is so huge. You're getting like 33 grams of product. What? That is crazy. I'm gonna go in, slightly bronze up my nose. Not too much though. This is such a good bronzer. I love it. Like, it's so bomb. It gives me like a terracotta blushy vibe also. Like, I'm definitely going to get my hands on this bronzer, because especially when you're in a rush, this is just one of those things that like doubles as two products. So can't wait. I love this. So I'm gonna go ahead off of camera, finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I finished my makeup off of camera. I know my neck is looking hella dark right now, but I promise. Oh, okay, I'm showing you guys. Okay guys, so I finished out the rest of my makeup off of camera. I have to say I'm really loving the way this foundation looks. In person, it's looking really bomb. I know my neck is looking hella dark right now, but that's because I'm wearing a hoodie. It's kind of like limiting the light in my neck area, and I also have a dark neck, so we're just gonna deal. I feel like this foundation is a... Okay, so I finished up the rest of my makeup and now I am back. So I've been wearing this foundation for probably over an hour at this point, and I will say I really do like the finish. I like the coverage of this foundation. I think it's really bomb, and it's just such a really good foundation overall. I will say my neck is looking hella dark because there's literally no light. Like, my hoodie is blocking out all the light, but I am happy with this foundation shade as opposed to the previous foundation, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. Okay, so I turned off the light so you guys can see what this foundation looks like. I don't know if you guys can actually pick up on camera or whether the camera is going to do any justice, but this foundation matches my body really well. I kind of don't match foundation to my neck because my neck is dark. I think it's a hormonal thing more than anything else, so I kind of go for a foundation that's slightly darker than my actual face so that it kind of is coherent with the rest of my body, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys can see how well this foundation matches me right now. I hope the camera is not distorting it. I feel like sometimes the camera just does funny things and then you guys kind of come for me in the comment section, not realizing that it's actually not me. It might be the camera, it might be the lighting, whatever the case maybe is. Unfortunately, technology is amazing, but it's also a pain in the butt sometimes, so it is what it is. Okay, so I know this video took a little bit of a turn because I was really keen on reviewing the Perfect Coverage foundation, but today we're gonna have to review the Velvet Matte foundation from Flormar. Nevertheless, we're still getting a foundation review, and this is a matte foundation, so it might work for some of our oily girls out there. So I'm gonna be doing a check-in of this foundation in a couple hours, let you guys know how it's wearing and all that good stuff, because I'm quite happy with this foundation. I think the coverage is impeccable. It just looks so good on the skin, you guys. Can you see that, though? It just looks so good, and this is definitely one of those foundations that I am going to purchase for myself because it is just the bomb diggity. Looks so good. I have to say I also really like the bronzer. I feel like the bronzer is definitely on my must-have list. I need to have it, and it's probably gonna last you like forever. Have you seen the size of that thing? Okay, so yeah, I will check in a few hours. The time right now is 12:06, so I will check in a couple of hours and let you guys know how this foundation is wearing. Even though it is the winter time and whatever the case may be is, I still have a little bit of an oily T-zone, so we'll see how that is wearing in this section of my face. See you guys in a bit. Hey everyone, so I am back looking just a wee bit ratchet, and the time right now is, sorry, my phone keeps opening with my eye, my iris. It is 4:26, and yeah, I will say I've had this foundation on now for 5.5 hours, and I think I can pretty much end the video here because I started getting oily and all the normal things happen that usually happen with foundations. I've been rubbing my nose a lot because post-nasal drip, you know, so it's kind of like rubbed off along my nose area. My skin started getting a little bit shiny. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I don't have the actual Radiance primer underneath like I did the first time I applied the first foundation. I'm just gonna blot a little bit to see if it's the natural oils of my skin. So it's definitely the natural oils of my skin. So I will say that up until the 5-hour mark you can get away shine free, and then after that you kind of tend to get a little bit more oils and stuff peeking through. So yeah, overall this foundation has a really decent coverage. It does settle into fine lines and all that stuff, but I think you just need to pair this foundation with like pore minimizing primers and you'll be good to go. I did use a very smooth and slick primer with this. I really love the bronzer as well. Oh my gosh, you guys, I look like a hot mess. Like, what is my life? I've been so busy today. It is crazy, but I think this foundation works really well with the primer, except in this area, except in my T-zone area. Like everywhere else on the face it's fine. I feel like I need something that's a little bit more pore minimizing, that's going to minimize these smile lines, but these smile lines are not as bad as my smile lines can tend to be sometimes. So it is what it is. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. It was something different, and would I purchase the matte velvet? I probably would. If you guys are curious, this is the shade Coffee. Yeah, V210 Coffee. This is the shade. It's really bomb. I definitely am going to be purchasing the bronzer. Love this bronzer so much, and the primer is actually decent as well. So I think I would definitely consider getting the Illuminating Primer. I really love how skin-like it is and how amazingly it sits on the skin. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. A special thank you once again to Kerusha, who lent me all of her Flormar products. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like I said, comment down below, let me know what shade of perfect coverage foundation you are in, if you are my specific shade, and we will test that shade out. I hope to be testing out a lot more Flormar products. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to slay all day every day with or without makeup, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.